Welcome back to another training vlog. This is training vlog 12, and this is our last arm night and shoulder night of week 5. I can't believe it's already been 5 weeks that we've been on this program. Monday's going to be 6 weeks. It's gone by fast, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's flown by. It's kind of nice though. Like I'm starting to, with the change from yesterday and today, I have a decent bit of soreness again, which is for me like a good telling sign.
Yeah, it's like a welcoming thing, right? The soreness when you don't have it for so long. Yeah, so I'm feeling skinny, like in all the wrong places. Like I feel like my stomach's bloated and fat, my arms look like noodles, and my legs look like noodles, but I'm really flat because I'm not eating as much as I normally eat, and my carbs, and they're not necessarily down compared to what I normally eat, but with how much I'm doing, I'm definitely depleted. And since my body is starting to consume fat again, like my muscles to me just look pathetic, especially my arms. I've always struggled because I have very long arms, and I always felt like my arms have looked small to begin with. And every time I start cutting, this is the worst part, because when I get to a certain point, I start feeling like my arms look like noodles, and it just messes with me mentally. Just like, oh no, I'm getting skinny. No, I'm starting to look like noodle arms.
Like you can't really look at it like that though. I mean, like you're still trimming down and everything. Your arms still look good. They might not be as big as you want them to be right now, but you're in a deficit phase. Like you're in a cut, so like, you're gonna give up some things. But when you go back to putting on size, like it'll come back. Because like we talked about it earlier today, seeing one of the videos on YouTube of the Sam Sulik guy, and him saying 2 days ago that he's 234.8. That's roughly your weight, but look at the size difference there.
How tall is he? Do you know how tall he is?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything on his height, but for him being 234 and you're 234, that's a like I said, that's a good judge of difference there.
Yeah, but he's like jacked, man, and I'm just like fat, bro. It's like not a good comparison if you're trying to talk me up and make me feel better about myself. It's like, look at what he looks at 234 and look at how fat and gross you are at 234.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
you got skinny arms, a chubby gut. You don't have nearly the size this kid has, and he's the same weight you are. So a good judge of character says you're definitely still fat and gross.
Well, no, I'm just like you're feeling skinny, but the thing is, like, you're still cutting. So like when you're more fluffed, like you have like more of excess fat on you and stuff like that. Your arms and everything looked bigger, yes, but it's probably like there's a good possibility it was a coating of layers over the top of the muscle, and you're getting down more to the base muscle.
Oh, no doubt. Like, yeah. Well,
so like you're not smaller. It's just you don't have the fluffs.
Oh, no. I'm definitely smaller. Like, well, there's intramuscular fat too, right? There's not just external fat. There's external fat that gets you their fluff look, and there's intramuscular fat, which that can also waste away and get smaller, and that could also cause the volume to go down on the size of what your muscles look like originally. And I'm not saying that's the case. Like, I know what it is. I'm depleted on my carbohydrates because, like, whenever we went to the river and I was like pounding like 3 ice creams a day and getting all those carbs, like I swelled up. Like my muscles got full, my bellies got full. I was nice and round, and I looked, the right kind of full on my arms. But now, because I'm depleted and I'm losing weight, I just look skinny. And also another telltale sign is it was incredibly hard for me to get a pump tonight. Like I had the hardest time getting a pump tonight. But I got it. But as soon as I got it, within like 3 to 4 minutes, it was gone. Like it was just gone. And I could chuck that up to the training because I have trained my training up some. I'm doing rest pause now for you guys that are curious. Richard already knows because he was there. But what I did tonight was I actually did V-bar press downs. I did like 10 warm-up sets, and then I did 3 working sets with 150 pounds for as many reps as I could get on each set. And then I moved to rope press down for a burnout set with very lightweight, high reps, just one set of like 30. And then from there, I moved to hammer curls here. And I did the same thing. I did like, I think 7 or 8 warm-up sets, and then I did 3 working sets with the same weight. And then after this, I did a burnout set with just regular dumbbell curls with like 15 pounds for like 25, 30 reps. And then I did the same thing for my shoulders. But On the shoulders, I did 3 warm ups, and then I did 3 sets on the front delt and then the rear delt. And the next time I work my shoulders out, I'll do like shoulder press and side laterals and hit it a little different. But that's what I did different tonight. But even doing that, like I could feel like my muscles just did not want to volume. And here's the thing too, I'm not taking my pre-workout supplements like I was. And maybe there's something to them. Maybe I do need to keep taking them because maybe that's why my pumps aren't as good or as long. Because, I was taking glutamine, beta-alanine, creatine, and arginine before my workouts. And maybe that does make a difference. And I'll find out next week because I think I'll skip them again next week. And then the following week, I'll start taking them again and just see if that makes a difference.
It could be what the difference is. But like for me, I didn't really have a struggle with getting a pump today, but it was like I fatigued faster in one arm than the other, like when we were doing the biceps and stuff.
You got to start switching up your hitting arm, man.
Yeah. But like you did the rest pause for your sets today. For me, I went with doing drop sets. So I drop setted everything today. I did spider curls, and last set I did drop sets all the way down to just the bar. Same thing with the V-bar press down. Went to I think like 130, and then from there just dropped it by 20 pounds, doing as many as I could with each drop. Shoulders, did front laterals and reverse, and did drop sets for both of those. And it gave me like a real good feel for what I was wanting. So like even though I didn't have the greatest pumps and stuff, like I still felt good at the end of it. And like I have a soreness, so like I know I hit the area like the way I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing too, right? My chest is sore from yesterday, so is my back. And I haven't been sore in about 6-7 weeks. I haven't had any muscle soreness. So doing what we did yesterday definitely reintroduced a lot of soreness, which is very welcomed. And with the arms too, like changing it up the way I'm doing it tonight, like it might be like, oh my God, you did 10 warm-up sets for your triceps before. Well, it's my elbows. My elbows are beat up. So the longer I take to warm my elbows up and the lighter weight I use working up to a top set, and if I could bang that same weight for 3 to 5 sets, then I did 3 to 5 sets. Everything else was a warm-up up to that. So, and that's a little confusing because some people are like, oh, well, I do 4 sets. It's like, okay, well, is it like you do like a set of 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, and those are your 4 sets? Or do you do like 3-4 warm-up sets and then you do your actual sets? Like, which one is it, right? No one really like specifies on like warm-up sets or sets. Like, oh no, do 2 warm-up sets and then you just go into your workout. Like no one really talks about that. But like the way that I'm training at this given moment right now is I'm doing warm-up sets till I get to my working weight. And then when I get to my working weight, that's when my actual sets start. So for my shoulders, I did 3 sets on front laterals, 3 sets on reverse cables. And then for my biceps, I did 3 sets of hammer curls, and then same thing for my triceps. And I'm not counting any of the volume or any of the sets before that, because that's literally warm-ups. Like, I'm sorry, doing 40 pounds on the V-bar press down for a set of 12 is not a set. Like, at least for me, it's not, it feels like nothing. I'm just literally warming up my elbows and my joints and stuff like that. And I'm older, I'm beat the hell up, and it just takes longer for my body to get lubricated to not click and pop and creak and hurt,
Yeah, I still have to figure out a lot of movements, and just because my flexibility and mobility is trash. So there's a lot of movements where I have to kind of just continue to move around, shift angles and different things just to not have that clicking, popping, or just like flat out pain. Like mostly in the shoulder area, and like again with the triceps, it happens in my left elbow a lot. Like it just tends to flare up. Like my right one, never really an issue, but my left one, when doing triceps with certain movements, it's like an odd sort of pain, but I just have to figure out exactly how to hold my arm or flare out just a little bit, and it goes away completely. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, because like I don't like working through pain. When I was younger, I would sometimes work through it. Now you can gauge it. Like, is this leading to an injury, or is it just discomfort because something's tight, or maybe I have a impingement, or maybe I'm just a little off tonight or whatever. You can kind of tell when it's one of those nights versus like this is leading to something actually bigger. And I don't work through pain. I refuse to work through it. I'll find something else to do and replace that. I hate this does not show on my TV, my quads. Like it does not pick up like the striations on my quads whenever I watch this on my TV. And it aggravates me because it's like, oh man, this looks so good on the phone. Then I watch it on TV, and whenever I shoot it over to my TV, and it's just like, I'm washed out. I just look fat and gross.
Yeah, or maybe it's just not there.
Yeah, well, I mean, in this lighting on the phone, it's there, but yeah, no.
I mean, I was trying to get you to move out of the way. You're going to have a pose down, but, you want to take up all the spotlight.
All right. Well, you know what? Next Friday we'll have a pose down. You done did it.
Yeah.
You done did it. Next
Sure.
week, next Friday. We'll change. We'll even change where I do it at. So just to make sure, we'll move the bench right there and reposition the camera so we got a pose down, and we'll do it week to week to see how we're coming along and how we're shaping up.
I don't even know how to pose.
Hey, the only way to learn is by to start. That's the only way you're going to get better is by doing it. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes I can get my calves to flex. Sometimes it just doesn't feel like they're showing. But yeah, I would love to see you in a little pair of skivvies doing some posing and stuff like that. And that way this way you can actually have before and afters, and you can compare it week to week to week. So when you're like, man, I don't feel like I'm making progress, you could go back to the first posing routine, and then you can compare.
Hamstrings look good there.
Yeah, no, they are coming out. And that way you can compare it to where you're at now. Now, my problem right here is my back. My back sucks. I don't know if it's just because I still have a thick layer of fat on my back, or if it's just because my back just isn't developed. You figure the years of heavy barbell rows, T-bar rows, deadlifts, pull downs, all the stuff I did for powerlifting to build my back strength up to have a 600-pound deadlift, I would have a bigger, better back. But it just goes to show you heavy weights, high intensity isn't necessarily always the ticket for building up size. But like I said, at this point, I'm still hoping I just got like a good thick layer of fat that needs to come down. And once it comes down enough, everything's going to start popping and showing. But I'm just worried that my back is going to be a huge like Achilles tendon for me, and my arms and chest and calves.
It'll all come around, though.
And shoulders.
It's going to come around.
And everything just needs work, man. I'm still so fat and freaking gross, man. It's just frustrating. So, but I think that's going to be it for me on this one, man. Is there anything you want to add?
No, feeling pretty good about this one.
All right, man. Well, hey, guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all watching. And like I've been saying to everybody, there's no routine or no exercise or no set or nothing that I'm so married to that I can't change it out. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy your workout. So if you're not enjoying it, you're not having fun with it, don't be afraid to change it up and switch it up and do something different that's going to make it exciting for you to be in there again. But that's it for us, man. Remember, no agony, no bragging.
Yep. Catch you later.